On this Chase Bay's build journal, we're going to be installing the HKS Turbo Kit on our BRZ here. We're also going to be doing Deatschwerks, injectors, fuel pump, ECU Tech tune from Delicious Tuning. Most things have taken an afternoon minus the aero kit from the last episode that Jonathan Cheek at Cheek Automotive did. This one's probably going to take 2 or 3 days maybe. We're gonna, well, my day-to-day at Chase Bay's has been pretty chaotic, so I brought in Brian from Race Division here. He's gonna help us get it all done. So let's just get started.
Hello everyone, my name is Brian, and today at Chase Bay's, I'm gonna put a turbo kit on this FT86 using nothing but chopsticks. Let's get started. Anyways, nasal spray?
Oh yeah. It's all fucking over me. Fuck.
Obviously, we're going to reuse the mass air meter. So it's either, I don't know if the tuner's going to do speed density or dynamic, but either way, we'll reinstall the mass air meter there. And then we'll have to trim these up a little bit too, but that's why we made marks and waited to cut them before we actually could see where everything's going to actually land, so we can do it as clean as possible and make it look like it came like that from the factory.
Okay. Definitely want to.
Yeah, that's going to be trimmed up as well. That's just, again, everything's everything's just dry fit, so we'll trim that and make it look nice and pretty as well.
Yeah.
It's all, there's no clamps on anything. There's just, everything's just kind of laid in there right now because I want to see where everything lands and then start heat shielding what we need to and just make everything look like it's, you know, super presentable.
Yeah. So what are we going to do? I guess it should be, if we do get it clamped up here and then get a spin, what's it called, a spin jack?
Yeah, do like a spin jack or even
I guess
lower.
trimming this is phase 1 and then this goes to some
Yeah, yeah, and there's another lower mount that'll work as well too. Okay. But the thought process would be finish the oil drain stuff, finalize the oil pan, start finalizing back from here. That way by the time we make it to here, all this is not loose, it's secured in its exact spot where it's gonna live. Then we'll trim this and then we'll put this, because that way everything lives where it's gonna live forever. And then we'll work off here, we'll take something to here to make this work.
Yeah, that'll be easy.
Yeah, yeah, there's plenty of room there.
You probably can just eliminate the HKS brackets entirely.
For sure, we're just using them currently just to hang it here, just to get them, so we can back up and get an idea of like what we're looking at.
So 2 of the mounts work, so it'll be in place and pretty secure for just sitting
Yeah,
here.
yeah. You'll have your upper mount, and there's another triangle mount down here, and that'll be enough to go ahead and start working with.
Yeah.
Once it's actually installed or whatnot. We're back with the Chase Bays BRZ that we're doing an HKS Turbo Kit on. We had the opportunity. We did our dry fit with the entire Turbo Kit. We're gonna put the oil pan back on here in a second and kind of test where we want the feed to go into, or excuse me, the drain. We're gonna go ahead and install these pair and engine mounts while we're here. Oil pan's off, so we're gonna have pretty quick access. It'll make it a little bit easier on us. So we figured we'd go ahead and do that before we started finishing and finalizing the whole Turbo Kit. They were wanting me to do all that. No, I don't think they'll push anything else back Don't need that anymore. Just need this.
Kit, and we can pop this on. This one's just held in by friction. We'll put in the new wiring harness from the Deatschwerks kit.
I'm drying that off.
There's that clip.
Yeah, where did that thing go?
Oh, right here.
Oh, golly.
Get you?
Yep.
Golly. What's up, guys? We just had Hunter tack this on right here. We want to make sure that everything's lined properly, so we didn't want to go ahead and weld it all the way around until we knew for sure. So we're going to stick this thing back up in here, put a couple bolts in it, go ahead and put the turbo manifold back on, just make sure we have all our clearances. And then we're actually going to remove a section of this and put an AN fitting on the end of it. And we're going to use Chase Bay's BRZ hoses for the turbo drain. It's going to make it really nice. It's always best to use AN hoses wherever you can. So we're going to get started. Go. Hey, you hold this.
Give me the baby.
Give me the baby. Once they're on here, we'll record some audio. This is this way. We're getting the turbo drain in right now. We figured out the clocking of it all. We got a dash 10 fitting on the end, and we're probably going to gusset this because you can see once it comes out of here, it's kind of on its own up here. So we need to give it a little bit of support. So we're gonna get Hunter to build us something and gusset this in to give it a little bit of support. That way when you're tightening down the turbo drain, you're not pulling on this too much and compromising any of the welds there. So it's gonna be a short run to here. We've got this mocked up. The dash 10 is also gonna be on this end right here. So it'll be a short run, but it'll work out well.
I've been jumping in and out of the project. I have a lot going on out in the warehouse, but I was sort of in charge of all the Chase Bay's things. So what I've done is stock right here, starting at the filler neck. Stock, there's this wonky filler neck that the car came with stock. I took this the stock hose and sort of made my own hose, integrated the Chase Bay's filler neck on there, and then put all this together. So we'll have a sort of clean this area up and integrated the Chase Bay's product. Also doing an oil cooler kit, doing the development on that. I'm waiting for the HKS turbo intake to be installed so I know what clearances I have. I'd also like to Google some other turbo setups and just other intakes and things like that to see what kind of angles I should be using here. But you can see we had to make this spacer. It kind of sits down in a valley there, so we had to make this spacer. And then this is a bit too long. This is just a universal adapter part that we got, and we'll have to make our own version of that. But we'll have the cooler up front. The HKS intercooler is kind of skinnier, so we're going to put it to the right. And then lastly, this is another thing I'm working on. This is a Chase Bay's catch can. We did a Type 3 bracket and put maybe a 10-degree angle in it. So the way most engines work is you have two separate areas of the crankcase pressure that comes into one. There's another company that makes a catch can kit for this, and they actually have two catch cans, which we think is one too many. Maybe some cars need it, but most of these cars don't. So it sits over there and there. The reason that we made the L fitting for our catch can setups is for reasons like this. So there's two places that the crankcase pressure comes out of. One is underneath, I don't know if you can see, but it's underneath. We have other shots of it from before, but it's underneath the AC compressor here. That's one spot. And then the other spot's down over here, sort of down the other bank for the two cylinders on the other side. So we're gonna have that one. We already ran this one. It goes under the intake manifold to here. We're gonna run that one to here. We have to adapt a 3/8 hose to a 1/2" hose here. And then this one will go back to the turbo intake. And that's pretty much it. So that's why we make these L fittings, is because it can condenses 2 ports into one, and that looks pretty cool. So now I think Brian's gonna put the oil pan back on and just jump back on the turbo stuff.
I almost said, hey guys. I almost said, hey guys again, damn it. We got the turbo installed finally. We got Hunter that built us a nice drain right here. It's kind of hard to see. We put some heat shield around it. He welded it up for us, two -10 fittings straight. That's all solid mounted. This is finalized. This is mounted. Our downpipe's mounted. We did a nameless 3-inch downpipe downstream here. Then the next step for us is going to be getting the intercooler installed. But like we talked about before, we don't have a factory crash bar, so we're going to have Hunter help us maybe, you know, fabricate some uprights. We got a couple pickup points from the factory that will work, but for the most part, we're going to have to fabricate this thing ourselves, try to get it centered up nice and pretty. So we're getting close. Finish up the turbo stuff right here, finish up the intercooler, injectors are in. We did a catch can. Chase went ahead and installed a catch can here. It's not quite complete, but it's getting there. Did a little mini battery here. Also did a filler neck. Chase is finishing that up. And other than that, we're gonna also have an oil cooler, probably somewhere mounted, you know, in this area right here. So Chase began on that. But otherwise, we're getting pretty close and we're looking forward to finishing.